Come out of the box.
Hello YouTube, cheers and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And The Basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. So welcome back, Basement family. And a lot of times, Americans forget that this is a big world. We usually think we're the only ones here. It's a typical American thing. And hip-hop has traveled all the way around that world and back again. So today we want to shed a little light on some of the hip-hop not made in America. And we ask, who's the best MCs today outside of the US? Before we get started, you guys have to check out our sponsors, the Fleetwood Spice Collection. The 4th of July is coming, like I always say, and all you grill masters want to show your stuff. So, for a spice-changing experience, give the Fleetwood Spice Collection a try. Big, bold flavors, unlike anything that you've ever tasted before. The Fleetwood Spice Collection. It's time to change your spice, people. Anyway, today's question, who's the best hip-hop artist outside of the US today? And with that being said, Lego.
It's K.A. It's K.A. It's K.A.
Yeah, man.
What's going on, people? What's going on, YouTube? Today we have an interesting one.
Good to be back.
This guy decided to come with who's the best hip-hop artist outside of the US today.
Hey, so it's a big world out there.
It is. And one day I hope to travel all of it. Now, in doing a topic like this, it requires research because we don't live outside of the US. Obviously, we live in the United States. And in my research, there's a couple dudes that came to my radar that I do enjoy listening to that are not actually from the States. However, they may or may not make music. Well, actually, one does, one doesn't. And that's Zeus, the rapper. I think he resides in Atlanta now. And he's from Kingston, Jamaica. And then you have, I was enjoying, I'm not sure if they've been out in recent times, but this group named the SAS. It was with Dipset for a minute and from London in the UK. And they're pretty nice at what they do and nice at the craft. Now, long story short, I just wanted to name those because those are a few that, like I said, came across my radar. And they're not who I would say is the best out right now, but they're worth honorably mentioning. With that being said, my choice for the best hip-hop artist outside of the US is one who dominates the US charts. One who you may think or may have forgotten is not actually from the United States. And that's Drake. Yes, he does have a lot of ties to the United States. Yes, he does dominate the charts in the United States. However, he is a Canadian. He was born and raised in Canadian. His career started and began in Canada. And as you see from his last album with The Views, he refers back to his homeland of the six.
Outside of the US, you pick the biggest star inside the US.
I can't help the fact that he dominates.
Not the question,
that he dominates the United States charts.
It's not the question.
I can't help that.
Okay.
You know, but like I said, with Drake's last album, Views, and I'm not sure, and I'm pretty sure he recorded a lot of that in Canada as well. So technically, yes, I'm still right. But and y'all let us know, comment. But Drake is not an American; he's a Canadian. And as I said, his last album was named Views, which is referencing Canada. So as it comes to making music outside of the United States or whatever, you want to get extra technical, that's Drake. And he's the best to do it. Why is he the best to do it today? Well, I have a couple of facts that speaks to that.
That's some notes that I read?
You said you was reading my notes.
That's the notes that I read from you, that you said? Let me see them notes that I supposedly read, man. Let me see how intricate you talk about the number one artist in America.
What our opinion is.
And think I need to read your notes about it, man.
We intelligently articulate that. Now you telling me that you're stealing the notes that I took?
Correct.
You do what you need to do, man.
Let's see what happened.
I'm guessing with your pick, you would have had to steal notes.
You're right. Let me see what's up.
Definitely understandable. Nothing was the same. 2 times platinum. Sold about 1.7 in the US. Sold another 250,000 in the UK. Same thing with Thank Me Later. 1.8 in the United States. Take Care. 2 million views. Pretty much the same. What are we saying here? He's consistent at what he does when he does what he does. Probably the best in the game today as far as hip hop and pop is concerned. It's Drake, hands down. The only debate would be, would you define him as someone who makes music outside of the United States, which is our topic today. I'm sure this guy will try to debate and rebuttal that, rebuke that.
All I gotta do is read the question, man.
As I said, views from the 6 is talking about the 6. The 6 is in reference to Toronto, Canada, which is not in the United States.
Outstanding.
So yes, Drake is the best to do it right now. Obviously, on a level where he's not from the United States but dominates the charts over here. You name me a rapper that does it better than Drake, I say you won the debate. However, we know he can't do that, so we'll just see what an interesting guy he's come up to.
Well, the first part is you're wrong on that front. Mm-hmm. I can find somebody better than Drake. Mm-hmm. There's quite a few people who rap better than Drake. He just happens to be the most popular. Mm-hmm. But let's get back to the point of the discussion, people. When you do a show like this, every intelligent person out there, read the question again. Who's the best hip-hop artist outside of the United States? To name the best hip-hop artist inside the United States is a wrong position. You've lost at that moment because you're supposed to expose people to somebody who's not here. The beginning statement was Americans only think about America, and here he is with a super American pick on the best hip-hop artist outside of the United States.
That's disrespectful to Drake. He's Canadian. That's disrespectful.
He's not the best hip-hop artist outside. He's the best hip-hop artist inside.
That is why you fail.
So, my pick to answer the actual question and to win the debate is a UK rapper called RAPMAN. Sounds funny to us because we would never name ourselves RAPMAN. It sounds real funny to an American.
Definitely.
Listen, man, y'all, you can't listen to him anymore. He's lost already. It's over with. So I'm gonna continue with the UK rapper RAPMAN. RAPMAN. If you guys don't know, this dude is the most prolific storyteller in hip-hop today and of all time. I said that. Me, the person who says Andre 3000 is in the top 3 hip-hop artists of all time. The person who reveres Slick Rick. Okay? I just said RAPMAN is the most prolific hip-hop storyteller today and of all time. I'm gonna give you one story. The most famous one, just so you can understand why he takes the cake. It's called the Blue Story Trilogy. Sometimes you'll hear it be called the Blue Trilogy. This is a story about 2 friends, grew up together, something happened to one guy in a certain neighborhood, and he associates the other guy with the gangs from that neighborhood. He's told a story, and it goes on, and there's 3 songs. The first song, one guy gets his retaliation. The second song, the other one goes back at him. The third song, they both realize how they were both been played. And it is such an epic story, people. You have to see it for yourself. It would take the rest of the show for me to actually explain the details and how intricate the story was, and more importantly, how he rapped on it. I'm talking about his wordplay, his skills. I'm not talking about going multi-platinum and selling this many albums. I'm talking about wordplay skills, things that matter in hip-hop a little bit more when we're talking about especially the best hip-hop artist outside the United States.
You can always tell when people are upset that they lost a debate because, they start getting emotional. You see? And, you had just as well to pick who you wanted to pick just as well as I wanted to pick. Mm-hmm. Now, what you seem to want to say is that outside of the United States or somebody that the people didn't know, well, you definitely went with somebody that the people didn't know. Now you sit up and then you tell us that he's the most prolific storyteller of all time.
Yep.
Which hasn't quite reached the radar of the United States somehow.
That happens all the time. That's what we believe, that we know everything.
With him being that.
We actually believe that.
Neither here nor there. Lyrical prowess, you said wordplay, matters sometimes more than the actual record sales. I'm with you. Sometimes they actually coincide, like an Andre dropping a classic album, as you just mentioned, and it's selling 10 million albums. Mm-hmm. I think Drake is one of those people. It resonates with the masses, and he does his numbers because of the quality in the songs.
How many of those raps are his?
For an example, I know the Back to Back was his because that was a rebuttal to him being questioned about his writing.
Great.
And then he came out and he said, you getting bodied by a singer nigga.
Yeah.
You see? So
I wonder if Quentin Miller wrote that for him.
Those are lines that I know that he wrote. You see?
You sure?
Right. Quentin Miller actually got beat up during that whole thing. So I know that Quentin Miller didn't write those.
Maybe I Love McConey wrote that for him.
Because Meek Mill's crew was said to have beaten Quentin Miller up just for being involved in a reference track, or what was said to be a reference track to Drake. So no, you have to try harder than that to nitpick at Drake and, tear him down. But again, he just proved, over this last summer that, for anyone who questioned his pen game or wasn't there, he came out with 3 tracks that damn near buried Meek. Well, it did bury Meek. Meek was able to do what he does again, or whatever the case, but he buried Meek with 3 tracks. Went on Summer 16, and other tracks, and other songs that were on that was on Views, which was his album that he just dropped. And like I said, the lines that Drake is there, no matter what. I've heard people say, "Oh, he sings too much," and then the thing was, well, does he even write his own raps? And each time he just keeps on proving them wrong, and in the meantime he keeps dropping the best music.
Okay, well, say this then. Say I even allowed this debate to go on with the rapper inside the United States, the most famous and most awarded rapper inside the United States.
He probably does own houses in the United States. So
say we let this go. Does Drake have any songs like The Visit from RAPMAN?
Does RAPMAN have any classics like started from the bottom?
Wait a minute. In the UK, yes. Blue Trilogy is actually a classic over there. Ask them. So, but there's a song called The Visits, okay? And it's about him going back and forth to his dude in prison. He goes back and forth, and this is another story, epic story. He goes back and forth with the dude like old Run DMC style, right? Like It's crazy. The hip hop is amazing. He talks about how he's feeding the homies that's locked up from a perspective of a dude on the streets trying to get out, and then from the perspective of a dude in the cell trying to get back to the streets. Drake don't have that.
He's nice.
The other side of that is he don't got nothing for the streets like this guy does.
That's the bottom line. He's nice.
Another thing is, this guy's freestyle is better than Drake's. You just haven't heard it yet. All you gotta do, go behind the bars freestyle, and check out RAPMAN. The dude talks about hustling, street talk, talks about his rap skills, talks about, he's got a, listen man, everything that you need is there. You wanna talk about the money? He's good at that. You wanna talk about the clothes and fashion? He's good at that. As a matter of fact, I'm wrapping it up. Listen to the song Pay As You Go, talking about how women use the kid to play the father to the left or right or to get money from them. And if they don't get to pay the money, or if they're a little bit late, they don't get to see their child, and how that hurts the child and not the man, even though the man is hurt, but it hurts the child more. That story is so ridiculous. The rap is so ridiculous. The beat is so nice. Y'all check it out, Pay As You Go. We're talking about somebody who can do this to that, the freestyles. He's got hits in the UK, which is outside of the US. He's got classics in the UK, which is outside of the US, which is the debate. I'm wrapping it up there. What you got?
Where you said this guy was from?
UK.
I'm not in the UK, so I couldn't speak for the climate of the UK. But I'm willing to bet every dollar in my pocket that Drake is bigger in the UK than RAPMAN.
Every dollar in my pocket that Drake is bigger in the UK than RAPMAN.
I'm willing to bet that Drake's songs and the classics that I've just mentioned not only resonate as classics in the US, they resonate as classics in the UK. I know this to be factual because, as I read earlier, as some of his record sales, it reflected that. The second most selling demographic and fan base that he has outside of the United States is the UK. And so, I'm already knowing that this RAPMAN's resume and catalog doesn't add up. It doesn't match up statistically. And like I said, I've taken a listen. When he was stealing my notes, I took a listen to, some of his raps, that he has and what he feels is the most epic storyteller of all time. It wasn't that. It wasn't that, people. Y'all leave in the comments.
Y'all leave in the comments who won this debate. Y'all leave it in the comments. Right down there. That's all we gotta say. I already know I'm gonna win this one. I'm sure he believes he's gonna win. Anything else, my friend?
Any shout outs to that?
Yeah, we got a lot of shout outs. As a matter of fact, let me get y'all prepared for this. Epic Radio said good video. Thank you, Epic Radio. That was your first time commenting. Appreciate you. Y'all check out Epic Radio. Sinefru Alkabalan, your 20 millionth time talking. And you know this because he said, I know Slim only sided with Memphis for the sake of debate. Because Bruce ain't going against the guys. And you're right, I'm not going against the guys. But he really, rock with Memphis like that. But let me say this, is what he continued on to saying. Rappers are Pied Pipers. In Memphis, they are leading our kids straight off the ledge. Same in Chicago. But the few Bruce mentioned are taking them a different way. Peace, kings. What you want me to say to that? These are facts that you're speaking.
You know what? That's one of the more intelligent comments I heard. I gotta give it up.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, and that's accurate right there.
Sinefuru, once again, you killed it. Wadi Umi, the best way to compare the two is to combine the two in the same list, starting with the best overall from both cities. I got Kanye at number 1, for argument's sake. I'm going to put 3 6 Mafia and 8 Ball MJG at 2 and 3, respectfully. After that, the debate is done. After that, he's got 4 Common, 5 Twista, 6 Lupe, 7 Chance the Rapper, moving at an extremely fast pace, 8 the Brat, Extremely Forgotten. 9, Mick Jenkins. Yes, sir. He's taking Mick over Gotti, he said, and Project Pat. And he said 10, Young Bird. It was well thought out.
A lot of people felt Chicago. We appreciate the comment.
Appreciate the comments. All right, we're just going to go rapid fire from here. Mikiola. I said I would shout you out. There it is. Joseph Mercado. Joseph Mercado. I said you. I shouted you out. Stephen Jaso. I shouted you out. Bloods, Crips, and Essays. The web series.
Appreciate the comment.
Mike Simmons. G. Troutman. Miguel Reyes. 0 to 100 Podcast, DMV. That's it. Man, that's a lot. You guys been going in, and we appreciate you for it. So you all get your shout outs, man. Like I said, leave in those comments who won the debate. Press that subscribe button. If you like the beats you're hearing, go down there. The link is in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of The Basement.
Appreciate all the love out there. Keep tuning in. We got you. We out of here.
Peace.